Okay, we have here a PicAxe 18X power project board with a 9 volt and 4.5 volt supply over there. Right now we have 2 switches to act as our test IOs and 2 motors as our test outputs. It's loaded with a simple initial bootstrap program that in theory sets of buttons hooked to carriages on axes of these 2 motors would allow us to have end of travel establishment and build some registers to feed back over the serial port to our interface program. And we're going to trigger the interface currently hooked to pin 6. I have to load this board with some resistors to pull it low to use all the inputs, but as digital anyways. Here goes. You'll see simulation on motor 1. I've got it set to pulse a small bit of code, run it for 100 seconds and stop, and wait for it to sense a button push. Really crude, but it should give me, it won't pulse like that. I've got a pause sequence in there. End of travel, it switches, goes to the other direction. Another button push, end of that travel. It does the next motor. Button push for the end of that travel. We switch direction. Button push for the end of that. It goes back to park. Or would go on and wait for input. Now having homed the motors and axes, and just have to do some serial input there. Again, we have pulse until up. We hit the end of travel. There. Stops, runs home. End of travel. Up, end of that travel. End of that travel, pause. Could do that with 4 buttons. I currently do it with 2. Would like to do it with 3 because really one of these pulses is a start pulse, or wait for here's my start pulse. End of travel. End of travel. End of travel. Stop pulse, theoretically. It's all on one little PicAxe 18X power projects board, built in for transistor motor control circuitry, feeding off a 9 volt battery and 4.5 volts.